fellas, we're going to do a lift kit on this quad. After installing the 27-inch tires, we gained a little bit. We are currently to the bottom of the floorboard. Looks like 14 3/4 of an inch. So after the lift kit that I'm going to install, we'll see if we get the full 2 inches out of it. Right now we're running 27, 10, 12 tires on the King Quad. Now the lift kit I'm going to install isn't a bracket lift kit. What it is there's a bushing that goes in right here, compresses down on this spring, supposed to lift it 2 inches. Looks like a fairly simple job. I'm not going to bore you with the schematics of it, but basically just remove this bolt and then this bolt here, pull the shock out. I've got a compression tool. I'll compress that down, remove the collar up here, put the bushing over the top of the tower, put the collar back on, put the shock back in. It's basically that simple. As I said, I'm not going to bore you with the schematics of it. Just something that's fairly simple to do, really. And a little disclaimer, if you guys do this to your quad, you're doing it at your own risk. Be careful compressing the spring. It could seriously harm you or possibly kill you if it lets loose. Alright, I'm going to get at it, and I'm going to stop the video right here. And once I get the shock off, I'll let you guys see how I compress it down and whatnot, and then we'll do a final measurement to see just how far it lifted the quad. Alright boys, here we are doing another mod. As you can see, it is a lift kit. What you need to start this job with is a 14mm wrench and a 14mm socket. You'll loosen up your shock. The instructions say to remove the shock completely. I didn't do that. I only did the bottom. Just unbolt it. This is an H, 18H, 18I. Same on the other side. The left is the H, the right side is the I. It does matter. You'll see when you get yours. Don't forget to put your little spacer in there. That's the front. I'll be moving on to the back here in a minute, and we'll get at it. I didn't bore you guys with the actual tear down and install of it. It's pretty simple, very self-explanatory. But I do know my height that I started at, and we're going to find out the height when I finished. Alright boys, I'm going to stop it here, and we'll pick up once the back's started or done, and then I'll explain that to you. Alright boys, we got the rear installed on this. As you can tell, I didn't mention it earlier, but I'm running 1.5 inch spacers. They recommend you run at least 1 inch spacer with the lift kit, 2-inch lift kit. Alright, get up here nice and close. Bad lighting out here. So anyhow, you can tell that I've got it in there. It's all bolted up. When you install this, leave it loose. Otherwise, you won't get this in here. Because behind this bolt, up and under here, is a spacer. And the shock tower, right at the top here, on the back side, about right in here, it actually rubs up against that when you go to line that bolt up right here to hold the shock in. And it makes it difficult if you have it tightened up. So just leave it loose. Leave it loose on both sides of the quad. Now that that's all installed, now I've got to give myself a little bit of clearance right here. Let me see if I can come around here with a little better light. You can see right here, that CV boot is actually hitting this frame. I mean, it's just barely kissing it. So, I've got to unbolt the stab link, take this bolt out and this bolt out, lift all this up. I might just leave this one on and just take this one here off and then just swing this up. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll just swing this up. I'll anchor it off up here with a wire or something just to hold it up, and then push this down, and I'll grind a little bit out of there. Moving around to the other side. Here's where the storage box goes. All right. Now there is a Phillips head screw here that I had to remove, and an 8mm right here that I had to remove to get that box out. Then I had to, ouch, put my knee right down on a rock. Anyhow, I had to trim this plastic out right here so that we could get in here and bolt this in. And that's per the instructions. Again, you have your back plate. Then you have, or actually that'd be the front plate, and then this would be the back plate. This is the one that has a HighLifter logo on it. And of course you can't see it because of the rear storage box here. But anyhow, it is installed. And then again, down here on this CV boot, it is touching this lower control arm. So yeah, I'm gonna take this bolt out and swing this up. I may not even have to undo the stab link. Just take this bolt out, swing it up, and then yeah, that should let me get in there with the grinder and clean that up, and then put this back together and bolt it up and go. I do intend to ride today. Hopefully this job has turned into a 2-hour job now, but that also includes having to find the tools to do the job. My tools are scattered everywhere. So be prepared to spend at least 2 hours doing this job. It's not a difficult job. It comes with pretty good instructions on how to do it. I do have the front done, as I stated before. The front is done. It's all bolted up in there nice and good, and everything's in there nice like it ought to be. Just follow your instructions. I mean, if you can read and you have about, on a scale of 1 to 5, mechanical skills of a 2, you can do this job. It's not difficult. Not difficult at all. Yeah, I'm just looking it over right here right now. Looking it over. Now, we're going to try and shortcut it as much as possible. The instructions do say to, like I said earlier, remove this bolt, and your stab link. I don't see the need to do all that. I'm just going to remove this bottom one, swing this up, leave the shock connected, let it push down. I should be able to get in there and grind. You don't have to take a whole lot out. It's just a very, very little amount you have to take out. And the best thing to do is get you a paint marker and mark this lower control arm. I haven't got my paint marker out yet, but I'll get it out and I'll mark it about right here where my finger's touching. And then I'll grind back in to get me the right amount of clearance. Now, you just need a little bit of clearance because this won't flex around and hit this at all. And while you got it down, tore apart like this, always check your CV joints. Mine are solid. Yeah, that's fire. I'm solid. All right. Listen to me, 52 years old, and I'm talking like a 20-year-old. That's fire. I tell you, I watch too many YouTube videos, I think. Oh, there goes my lucky nuts. Yep, I'm gonna reach up in here and clean some of this brush out while I got it. There we go. There, that's problem solved. Looks like a mouse nest started there. Daggone mice. Got to keep them suckers out of here. They'll get in there and chew up your wires, and then you're screwed. Yep, got to get some traps set. That's all there is to it. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here. And if you haven't done it, please like and subscribe so I can keep these videos coming. And feel free to comment and let me know what you think of my videos. I'm relatively new to this. If there's anything you'd like to see or like for me to do to this Suzuki, feel free to throw your 2 cents in there. I'm a big boy. I'm thick-skinned. I can handle it. Alright, we're going to shut her down here and I'm going to get to working on it. Okay, as I said, just remove this bolt here. It's a 12 millimeter on this end, 14 millimeter on this end. Just that one bolt is all you need to remove. And like I said, I marked it with a paint stick where it was touching. You can kind of see right here where it was touching the CV boot. I got her held up in there. There's a wire right here. Just held it up in there. It don't take much to hold it. It's really light. And then get in here with an angle grinder. And we're going to clean this whole area out in here. In between them welds. We're going to clean this up right here a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. And that'll give us just enough room, because right here, as this spins, this right here is going to hit, and then this back here is going to hit due to the angle, the position, the geometry that you have the axle in with this lift kit. Alright, I'm going to get after it with the grinder, and then once it's ground, we'll get a little bit of paint shot on it and bolt it back together. Alright boys, I had to swap out batteries in my GoPro 9 here. Alright, I've already lowered this down and put the bolt in and spun it. You can see on this white paint marker here, there's no rub marks from it. So the axle is clearing it. And this is the area that I had to grind out. I ground out a little more than I should have. Well, it doesn't matter. But anyhow, like I said, did not take much out of that. Not much at all. Now, I don't have any black spray paint. Let me try to do this one-handed. I can't. I'll have to maybe set the GoPro down. Oh, I got it. There we go. Shake the can up a little bit. And I got green. I think it's green. But it doesn't matter. You won't see it. Just a little bit of paint on where we hit it with a grinder. I hope this is quick dry. It doesn't say. Yep, sure is. Fast dry. Used for wood and metal surfaces. Yep. Well, we're not wood, but it'll work. Just put some paint on it. Cover it up. A little quick burst. Doesn't matter if it runs. You can kind of maybe, I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro or not, but it's running a little bit. That's alright. I don't mind. Just keep her from rusting up. I'm going to coat it pretty good here. That ought to do it. Alright, that's where you grind it at. And you just got to make sure that your CV boot here clears. I used a paint stick and marked it out and ran the bolt back in it right here. Lowered it down, ran the bolt in it, and rotated it, and then took it apart. I did that until it didn't hit, and then I took it back up. After it didn't hit, I took a little bit more out and shot it with paint, as you can see. We're going to repeat that on the other side, and hopefully we're done with it. Alright, I'm going to cut this off right here right now and get at it, because it's getting a little later in the day. Alright boys, I'm back. As you can see, I've got the rear tires on, I've got the front tires on, both sides. can tell by looking down that fender that this rear tire just barely sticks out past the rear fender with an 1.5 inch spacer. The front tire sticks out actually quite a bit. I got a tape measure here. Sticks out an 1.5 inches from the fender. No big deal. Now I'm running 27 10 12 STI out and back max tires. These tires measure true to height. Try and do this for you here. Kind of hard to tell there, but they are about 27 and 3/8 in height. Okay? Now the true tell of whether or not that lift did what it's supposed to do is from here to here. And we are at 17 inches. So yes, it did. I've got 17 inches from the ground to the bottom of my floorboard there, which is the lowest point, I believe, on this quad. Now, when I started this video, I originally was going to install coil spacers for a lift, which is a spacer that goes right here. Now, when I did put that in, I had it on. I had it on all the way around. And I only gained 3/4 of an inch lift. And I was supposed to get 2-inch lift. And it absolutely destroyed the ride quality of this bike because it compressed this coil. So I took that sucker out and ordered the HighLifter Signature Series lift for this quad, the SLK 750-50. And as you can see by the measurement there, proof is in the measurement. I did gain a substantial amount of lift. I don't recall exactly where it was at stock, but right now this bike is setting, at best guess, 3.5 to 4 inches higher than it was stock. And that's with the stock tires that were on it too. I went from 25s to 27 tires. That gave me a gain, and also I put a 2-inch lift in. This thing is absolutely a beast. Golly, look at that ground clearance. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that is crazy ground clearance. Alright, I'm going to cut this video off right here because I do want to go ride, and I've got a mess to clean up out here in the shed. So I'm going to cut it off here. Like I said, hit that like and that subscribe button. Now on my channel, it's showing that 80% of you have not subscribed. Please subscribe. That's the only way I can keep videos coming to you. I'd like to get monetized, to be honest with you, and I'd like to get some sponsorships, to be honest with you. And I can't do that unless you folks hit that subscribe button. So you have to subscribe. We have to show YouTube that you want me here. And we're coming into some good riding weather. And I hope to shoot some footage today. I hope to get out and get playing in a little bit of mud today. The next modification to this quad is going to be probably a clutch kit. This one doesn't have one in it. The 500 out there, it does. This one doesn't have a clutch kit in it. The clutch kit will go in here, here, and then behind here. About $225 for a clutch kit is all. And, oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, look what I put on it. Put one on that 500 too. Nice little mud strap, handlebar strap. Those are quite handy, I'll tell you. I don't remember what I paid for it. It wasn't ridiculous. I got it on Amazon. It's Power Mad grab strap. you can see right here. Yep, that's it right there. So anyhow, as I was saying, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and don't be afraid to comment on my videos. If there's something you'd like to see, let me know. As I was saying, the next mod will be a clutch kit, and then after that, we will be snorkeling this bike. I know you can't really see this. I'm going to try to do my best, but I am standing next to the front tire on this quad, and I just want to give you an idea. Give you an idea where that comes at on me. This quad is setting to the bottom of my rib cage in height there, right at the fender, right here at this fender. Man, this thing is a beast. This thing is up there. I can't wait to get out and give her a ride. But I will tell you, these tires that I put on it, it's supposed to be decent on trail. I don't know if it was the spacers or what, but boy, I'll tell you, this sucker shimmies, and you know, the handlebars, you get that shimmy going on with the handlebars and from them lugs. I might be doing another tire swap on this quad. I might go with swamp lights or something of that nature. Give me a little better ride. But I do want something that'll get down in that mud. And I know you got to sacrifice ride quality for that. So, who knows? Oops. I just made a big ding, stepped on a wrench. But anyhow, who knows? I might just suck it up and go with outlaws or assassinators on it. I don't know yet. But yeah, that lift, I put that lift in there. Here's a concern that I had. Right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's the back of my foot peg there. That's a bracket right there. That sucker was right next to that lug right there before I put that lift in. I mean, it was almost touching that lug. I'll tell you what, 29.5 will go under this bugger now. Guaranteed. Have to go with 9-inch wide, because these 10s, I don't think I can get 10s in there. And look here, let's just check it. Look at that clearance. That tire was actually touching this inner plastic right here. It was actually touching that inner plastic. It's completely away from it now. So yeah, HighLifter 2-inch lift. My opinion, big bang for the buck. Do it. Pull the trigger. Buy it. All right, I'm out of here. I'm gonna clean up, load up, and go churn some mud. Hit that like and subscribe. I know I keep saying it, and I have to keep saying it, folks, because I need you to like and subscribe in order to keep these videos coming. I know I keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. It's a true fact. It's a true fact. You have to like and subscribe. All right, enough of the begging you to like and subscribe and twisting your arm. All right, I'm gonna go.